Madagascar is considered a hotspot for biodiversity, which is a measurement of the variety of life in a place that tells you something about its conservation value. And roughly 80% of the plants and animals in Madagascar live only there and nowhere else on Earth. And a lot of those live in forests. So my field site, Maramaza Forest, is one of the many protected areas that's been created to help conserve this biodiversity. And up here, all these animals, you can see sort of a snapshot of the biodiversity that is in that forest. And there's 13 species of lemur, including the largest bodied lemur alive today. And all of these numbers are just the number of species of each of those groups. So you have birds, reptiles, plants, amphibians, beetles, moss butterflies, and other mammals. So there's a lot of stuff here, but there's also people. And these people have lived here for a long time before the protected area was established. And they need reliable access to food, which we call food security. And since in Madagascar, rice is a huge part of the culture, in this place, food security sort of looks like, do they have access to rice and rice agriculture? And traditionally, people have used tavi to plant rice, and that's sort of like a slash and burn method, but it can be sustainable if it's done a certain way. However, presently, the way it's being done is causing some farmers to have to look elsewhere for new land to farm on, and that puts pressure on the forest. So local NGOs and the Peace Corps have tried to promote a different method of rice agriculture called System of Rice Intensification, or SRI, where the goal is to increase your yield per plant so you can have more rice without expanding your field. And they think that this will be a good solution to maintain both biodiversity and food security. And there are a lot of questions that we should ask about that, but at a basic level, if this is going to work, we need to know, are people going to use it? And so my thesis, I asked questionnaires to as many households as possible in the area, and I also did some interviews. And primarily what we found is that a majority of the people have heard of SRI, but very few of them are actually using it. So there's 7% that are using it of the people that I talked to, and then a further 3% that tried it and quit. So why not SRI? What are some of the barriers to this? Well, SRI is a lot of work. It's a lot more work than tavi, and you might need people to help you do that. 66% of the people that I talked to have 3 or less people helping them farm, so that means it's sort of a barrier there. Also, knowledge is a barrier. While they might have heard of it, maybe they don't know exactly how to do it. There's a lot of steps involved, and only 20% of the people that I talked to have been formally trained on the topic. Maybe SRI is not the end-all be-all solution. Maybe we can target SRI to the people it's most likely to work for, but for the others, the good news is that there's a lot of variation in rice agriculture going on here. There's a lot between tavi and SRI, and some people are doing some really interesting things. So perhaps we can look to what people are already doing to craft a solution that works better for more people moving forward.